The A set is going to be played on Neo Planet S. Spawning in the bottom left-hand position, the red Protoss from SK Telecom T1, winner of the Auction All-Kill OSL. His name is Rain.
His opponent is practicing this matchup day and night for WCS GSO Season number 1, round of 4. Spawning as the yellow Zerg on the right top position of the map. His name is Soulkey, playing for Woonjin Stars.
Kim Min-chul.
Kim Min-chul.
Similar name to MC Min-chul.
Yeah, Chang Min-chul. They just have a different last name.
Yeah. Well, if either the first or last name is the same, I like to say that they have similar names, just like in English.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those little enemies inside StarCraft 2 today. LOL didn't start. Get out. Kim Carey, get out. I know you switched to League of Legends. Not right now. Even the fans behind him are giving him the thumbs down, man. Just for the reference, they are having a live recording of a League of Legends show that Kim Carey is featured in after Pro League is over today. So that's the reason why he is enjoying the games right now.
I find it weird that he's still called Kim Carrier, even if he doesn't really cast StarCraft anymore.
Well, the thing is that it was his nickname since the Brood War days, and it carries over. It doesn't... unintentional?
It carries over.
Unintentional.
It was unintentional, but it was still funny. All right, we have a hatchery first. From Soulkey here. Ballsy play, I'd have to say, but if we look at SK Telecom's side, Rain, he isn't going for a scout, he's going for a Nexus first, then a scout.
Yeah.
So the hatchery first will end up working out for him.
Yeah. The hatchery first, of course, works out for Soulkey because he's not Jaedong. So Rain cannot predict what Soulkey is going to go for. He is getting a gas right after and a spawning pool.
Yeah. You know what, I actually noticed that we see that gas and then the spawning pool more often if the Zerg players go for the hatch first. So just something to note there.
Yeah, and that's to harass their opponent a little bit earlier in the game if the opponent decides to go for the gateway expansion first, trying to see if they can sneak in some speedlings inside. Now the question of the day for Pro League. In the post-season, the biggest winning streak is 8 wins. Which player has that winning streak? And this only counts the playoffs and the finals, aka the post-season.
The spawning pool just about to be completed here. The gas is scouted, which is something that Rain can note as well. Hatchery finishing up in the natural for Soulkey as well. No third hatchery up just yet, but we should see it momentarily here. Zergling speed on the way, and now only 1 drone on the gas because he wants to focus more on his economy. That means getting those minerals out a little bit faster. He doesn't need the gas necessarily after that speed starts.
Yeah, so the speed is going to be not as useful earlier in the game unless he decides to, you know, it's not going to work out as well compared to the gateway opening from Protoss player, which is so popular these days. You know, sometimes we see a lot of Zerglings being made by the Zerg player and it goes inside the main base and sometimes kills everything. If you're up against Parting though, it doesn't work out.
No, it'll never work against Parting. He is so good at defending those. Well, so far both players just sitting back macroing. Nothing too crazy to note right here.
I'm just surprised that 5 minutes into the game, and now Soulkey's going to go for the expansion. Slightly delayed when it comes to the gasless expansion.
Well, I mean, I guess he did get the gas.
He did get the gas.
He just wanted hatchery first. So, I think this was actually used to kind of counter the style where you go for the gateway expand build.
And it was a nice attempt by Soulkey, but you know, since it didn't work out, he is a little bit behind when it comes to the third base compared to the regular Zerg style play. But he is, you know, still in this game.
He's still fine, man.
Yeah, he's still fine.
Not a huge deal.
And also, I'm pretty sure he has experienced many games where the opponent did not go for the gateway first.
Yeah, definitely.
With this build.
All right, well, we have the Stargate tech underway here, getting those additional geysers as natural as well. It's, of course, Rain. He's getting his Militia Core in addition to that.
So I'm just interested to see how Rain is going to play out on this game. We've seen some Protoss players, go for the Void Ray first and then take a really fast third expansion and then taking into more Stargates or going for the Colossus. Some other players go for the Phoenix first and then either add on the Gateways or go for the Robo.
I also want to point out that getting the additional gases from the Zerg side, he's getting them extra late. Generally, you'll get him around 44 supply, but he only ended up getting 1 additional gas, and that's after he was like at like 52 supply. He's just, Soulkey's just droning up heavily right now, and he is going to go ahead and get his lair, get that Roach Warren down as well. Not even mining from that extra gas there. There he goes. He's mining at this point.
Well, do remember that he was still mining 1 drone from the gas, so
yeah.
Yeah, the gas with the 1 drone. So it worked out fine for him, and I guess he timed it correctly. Ooh. Now the Overlord is not going to scout what Rain is going to... He does see the triple gateways, and he sees something chrono, and he sees a Stargate at the very last second.
Yeah. It was only a matter of time before the Overlords would have eventually picked up that scouting information there. So I guess a good thing for Soulkey that Rain didn't build everything in the bottom left-hand corner. Robotics on the way behind this as well. We're seeing Spore Crawlers going up from our Zerg player here in each base. A layer just about to complete as well. And more gases being taken from the Zerg side.
So both players are, you know, with the exception of the opening from Soulkey, which was trying to counter the gateway expansion style from the Protoss players, both players are playing Soul Sander right now. Rain opening up with the Phoenix first, and then now going into the triple gateway into Robotech. He's going to get the Colossus as soon as he sees the Hydra Den inside the main base. And Soulkey just playing the standard 3-hatch Zerg into Roach Hydra.
May even get more Lings than Roaches actually at this point. Probably will go for the Hydras, because he is getting the Hydra Den. We should see a Spire follow-up as well. That's pretty common nowadays from the Roaches, or excuse me, from the Hydras. And there's a Chrono going down, Observer on the way here. Also that Robotics Bay has started after the Hydra Den was spotted, like you mentioned. And the Hydra Speed starting up here, +1 attack for our Protoss player on the way. More solid harassment from Rain as well. These guys are still sticking very close in supply. Rain actually ahead. Oh, never mind. He was ahead of his opponent here.
Yeah, but he has enough force to take a 3rd base right now, and he should do so unless he is planning to go for a 2-base push.
Indeed. The Phoenixes should scout this Overseer here. They should take them out pretty fast. And Zerglings, they're going to try and get into the main base, realizing they can't. And Changeling getting morphed in there. Probe going to go ahead and take that out.
Both players just playing so passive at this moment, just playing a regular standard PvC game. Behind this, Soulkey is getting a Spire.
Yeah, there's that Spire. I want to say, actually, it's feeling a little bit dull, I got to say. These guys are just kind of, well, I'm going to try to be aggressive, do a little bit of harassment here and there, but it's not going to do anything really.
Well,
I like that Soulkey is doing so much active scouting, though.
Yeah.
I think that's great for him to do. His creep spread could be a little bit better. He doesn't have any creep spreading towards the bottom side. He is getting a 4th base, though, because he did see the 3rd from Rain. And more continued harassment from Rain. He's just picking up these drones, getting more and more kills off of them. Very impressive.
Yeah, nice micro by Rain so far.
Wow.
He killed up to 12 drones and did not lose a single Phoenix. However, he doesn't have a... Does he actually have a Colossus out? I'm not too sure about it, because here comes the Hydras.
Hydras are coming in. The first Colossus is done. He should be safe. Also getting that +1 armor. The Colossus range not complete just yet. And I feel like we could see a potential Muta switch here. That could potentially work from Soulkey. He's got a lot of gas starting to get banked up right now. The Spire is complete, but he's going to go ahead, get those Corruptors instead, and deal with those Colossi.
The thing is, as a Zerg player, if you didn't kill the initial harassing Phoenixes, then you don't want to go for the Mutas first. You want to go for the Corruptors first. And once you double check that the Phoenixes have been taken down, that's when you go for the Muta switch, and that's the reason why it is so scary, because other than the initial 5 Phoenixes, the Protoss player is not going to build any more Phoenix unless they see the Mutas, and usually they see it at the very last second.
I need to admire how effective Rain's been with these units here. These Phoenix have done so much. He hasn't lost any of them yet either. They're going to be useful later on in the game with his army composition. You know, maybe if Soulkey's attention isn't 100% there, he'll focus down the Phoenixes instead of the Colossus, giving him more time. Soulkey gearing up for an attack here. He's up to 170-ish supply, while our Protoss player only 20 supply down. That's actually not bad from a Protoss perspective. As long as he gets a good concave and engagement here, he can make something happen.
He needs nice force fields. Time up going down.
All right, the Colossus are getting focus fire down by these Corruptors here. The surround, not bad from Soulkey. He's going to end up...
too many Hydras and Corruptors, I have to say, however.
Well, the Corruptor count is starting to dwindle here. If he can kill off the rest of these Corruptors here and not lose that Colossus, that'd be great, but no, that's not going to happen here. More Stalkers are coming through, though. The Corruptor count is taken out completely Both players ended up trading pretty evenly here, but the Colossus count is down. That's the biggest part of this.
That really hurts the Protoss player. Now he needs to start stacking up the Colossus count again. And the difference is previously, Soulkey did start his Corruptor production as soon as the first Colossus did finish. Now, Soulkey, he could go for the Corruptors right away.
He's going to go ahead, and he's actually transitioning to Roach Hydra right now. I do want to point out, though, that our Protoss player has been able to secure a slight supply lead through that last engagement. Soulkey not really saturating that fourth base. I would like to see Rain go ahead and try to take a fourth base pretty soon here as well and grab some of those probes in his main and bring them to that natural. These Phoenix, man, that's the mark of a good Protoss player, when they are continuously harassing throughout the game with them. And it's already almost 15 minutes into the match.
You know, a funny scenario is if all those Phoenixes were taken down in the main engagement, right? Soulkey could have dumped every single gas into Muse right now.
It's true. He could have certainly done that. And this Queen may actually end up going down here. Queen does fall. These Phoenix are going to have to get out of here, though. Still somehow 5 are alive. That's just really impressive.
Yeah, and killing more drones one by one. This is delaying Soulkey's timing push once again by killing a lot of drones, even going for the gas. Just going for the drones at the gas, and now Soulkey is moving out on the map once again.
Indeed he is. He's still about 20 supply ahead of his opponent here. He's now got Roachling, Hydra, Corruptor army composition here. There's no Immortals in this army, which is a little bit scary, but the lack of Hydra range is going to seriously hurt Soulkey here. He's pretty much starved on gas as well, so I mean, I'm not sure if he could really afford that in the first place. We have Charge on the way, Void Rays on the way as well. Lots of Stalkers, 8 being warped in now. We have the +2 just about to finish here. Our Zerg player starting to engage into the Protoss army, but there's a lot of Zealots in this army. The Protoss, he's just got way too much supply right now. The Corruptors aren't even focusing down the Colossus. None of them fall. Soulkey now on full retreat here. He's forced to attack and do the best he can with this trade here. He is able to kill off some units, but Rain is just getting such a good trade here, and now he's ahead up 20 supply against Soulkey. This is a terrible position for the Zerg player to be in. Boxer looking really happy. He knows that Rain is now able to finally go on the defensive after being on the defensive for 17 minutes.
Yeah, and, you know, as a Zerg player, when you go for the trade, you want to kill all the Colossus, but Soulkey made a little mistake. His Corruptor count was so low. Only 4 Corruptors against massive amount of Stalkers and 3 Colossi? You never do that as a Zerg player, and Soulkey, I feel like he pressed forward a little bit too much in that scenario, so because of that, he is going to lose the 4th base.
He loses the 4th base. The +3 attack on the way for Rain as well. The +2 attack for
I don't know if he can hold
Soulkey
this.
hasn't even finished here, and yeah, he can try to do the best with this scenario, but Rain, he's looking really strong right now. The army composition for him is absolutely perfect against what his opponent has here. The Sentries doing some force fields, great force fields. Actually, they're able to kill off everything, or hold off everything there. Now the 3rd base under fire for Soulkey, and the drones run away. They come back, though. Now the natural is being attacked from Rain here, moving in.
It's a massacre.
It's a massacre. He's up max supply to a Zerg player who's up at 170. He's being attacked from both sides, but the problem is the Protoss player just has too many damn units, and the Stalker's even doing a forward blink on the rest of this army here. 4 Colossus in the mix as well. That's going to be it for Soulkey. SK Telecom, they're going to be able to take their first match victory against Woonjin Stars this season in Pro League. Even dancing, victory goes down. GG!